Hi guys, today I will be discussing word problems involving horizontal motion under kinematics. So before that, let us define what is kinematics. Kinematics is the study of mathematical description of motion. So kinematics guys is branch of physics that study motion. So lahat ng bagay na involving merong motion, nag-i-involve ang motion, so that is under the study of kinematics. So the term is derived from the Greek word kinema, which means movement. So ang focus ng video na to ay horizontal motion. So yung mga bagay na gumagalaw in horizontal direction. Okay? So most commonly, ang mga problem dito ay yung mga car, kasi yung mga car gumagalaw siya ng horizontal manner. Okay? So let us look at the different formulas that we have to use under horizontal motion, under kinematics. So there are 5 different formulas. So ang S dyan, ang ibig sabihin yan is average speed, ang D is the distance, T is the time, VAV is the average velocity, VI is the initial velocity, VF is the final velocity, and A is for acceleration. Ang tatandaan nyo dyan guys is yung units. Kasi madaling mag-identify ng given by looking at the units. Madali lang kasi yung lesson na to. Kasi meron naman siyang formula. Ibig sabihin, isasalpak nyo lang yung mga numbers dun sa letters. Pero magkakamali kayo kapag mali yung pag-identify ninyo ng letters. So, titignan nyo dyan guys, yung unit. Kapag fundamental quantity na lang of length, like this one, meters, obviously, hindi yan average, hindi average speed yan, hindi average velocity. Kasi, ang velocity guys and speed, derived quantity na siya. Ibig sabihin, meter per second. So, meron ka ng length, at the same time, meron siyang time. So, ito yung mga standard unit ng mga letters natin. Okay? So, let us have the first example. Nancy drives 500 meters in 10 seconds. Find the car's average speed. So, 500 meters, obviously, guys, that is length. So, ibig sabihin, fundamental siya, that is distance. So, we have 500 meters, letter D. And then, ang time natin, or T, na binigay is 10 seconds. So, what is the average speed of the car? So, ang hinahanap is average speed, walang iba dyan kung hindi si letter S. So, ang formula ng S is D over T. Okay, so distance is 500, yung given, and then time is 10 meter per second. So, ang speed natin or average speed is 500 divided by 10, which is 50. So, the final answer, dapat merong unit. So, ang unit ng speed, in this case, ang unit na binigay for length is meter, and then sa time is second. So, we will have meter per second. So, 50 meter per second. So, that is the average speed of Nancy's car. Okay, let's have the second example. Sarah is driving her car that is moving initially at 10 meter per second, accelerates up to 30 meter per second during the time of 4 seconds. Find the acceleration of the car and what is the average velocity of the car. So, ang hinahanap dito guys is acceleration and average velocity. Ayan. Okay, so may mga given tayo. Tingnan natin. We have 10, 30 meter per second, and 4 seconds. Obviously, yung 4 seconds, madali lang yan. That is time. So, we have time, which is 4. And then, eto guys, meter per second siya. Derived quantity siya. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya fundamental quantity kasi we have length and time. We have meter per second. So, ibig sabihin, that is velocity. Okay, kapag ka-speed ang binabanggit na given, guys, binabanggit talaga yung word na speed. In this case, wala tayong word na binanggit na speed. So, ibig sabihin, this two here is the velocities. Ngayon, paano nyo malalaman kung anong velocity siya? Hindi naman yan VF kasi yun yung hinahanap. So, this one, sinabi naman na initially, so therefore, ang initial velocity natin ay 10, okay? And then, ang final velocity natin, wala namang iba, is 30. Pag tinignan nyo kasi yung unit niya, guys, pang velocity or speed lang yan. Okay? Yun yung tatandaan ninyo. Kapag ka distance, length lang ang unit. Ibig sabihin, meter, kilometer, feet. Pero kapag ka velocity na or speed ang binigay na given, makikita nyo meron siyang length at the same time, meron siyang time. na ibibigay. Okay? So, yan yung given natin. Okay, so unahin na natin yung VAV. Yan, isa lang naman yung formula natin na binigay for VAV. So, VI plus VF over 2. So, VI is 10 plus VF is 30 all over 2. So, this one is 40 divided by 2. So, 40 divided by 2 is 20. Okay? Since velocity ang pinag-uusapan, ano ba ang unit ng velocity? We have length and time. Okay? So, ang binigay dito is meter per second. Gamitin nyo meter per second. Okay? So, meter per second. 20 meter per second. Guys, kapag mag-solve kayo, kailangan lahat ng units magkakaparehas. Ito, wala namang problema. Kasi naka-meter naman to. And then, second, seconds, seconds. So, pare-parehas naman yung length at saka yung time. So, wala tayong problema dyan. Okay? So, the next one is the acceleration. So, ano ang formula na gagamitin natin to find the acceleration? Ito guys, itong mga formula na to, ayan, hindi lang yan magagamit for VF, ito D. Pwede nyo gamitin sa any of the variable na nasa loob ng formula. Okay? So, paano nyo malalaman yun? Ang gagawin nyo, tignan ninyo kung kompleto ba yung letter na binigay. Halimbawa, itong pangatlo. We have VF, yun yung given, ito. We have VI, ito yun. We have A, kasi yun yung hinahanap. And then T, ito yun, given din. So, therefore, I can use this third formula to get the value of A. Kasi kompleto yung letters. Okay? Etong pang-apat, hindi pwedeng gamitin. Although may A siya, may VI tayo, may VF, wala kasi tayong distance. So, we cannot use that one. At the same time, this one also, hindi rin pwedeng gamitin kasi may distance yan. Eh, wala namang binigay na distance. So, ito lang yung pwedeng gamitin. So, VF equals VI plus AT. So, ang VF natin is 30, given yun. 10 yung VI plus A, yun yung hinahanap na acceleration, multiplied by the time, which is the given din, 4. Okay? So, 30 equals 10. A times 4 is 4A. Okay, so hanapin si A, balibag si 10. So that would be minus 10. Okay, magbabago yung sign. Equals 4A na lang matitira. So 30 minus 10 is 20 equals 4A. So to get the value of A, we will divide this both sides by 4. Okay, so makakancel yan. Si A na lang matitira. So 20 divided by 4 is 5. Since acceleration to guys, ang acceleration, nag-iisa lang ang unit niya. Siya lang yung may natatanging unit na meter per second squared. So, meter per second, and then second. So, therefore, our unit for the acceleration is meter per second squared. So, the final answer is 5 meter per second squared. Okay? Let's proceed to the third example. A truck starting from rest accelerates at a constant rate of 5 meter per second squared. What is the velocity of the truck after it has traveled 102 feet? Okay? So, eto guys, pag tinignan ninyo yung number na binigay, 5 meter per second squared. Pag nakita nyo yung meter per second squared, yung time nyo may squared, automatic acceleration yan. Huwag nyo nang patagalin pa, isulat nyo na acceleration siya. Kasi siya lang naman yung may unit na meter per second squared. Okay? Ngayon, merong keyword na binanggit dito, from rest. Okay? Pag sinabi guys na from rest, ang isang bagay or ang isang sasakyan, syempre, kung from rest siya, hindi pa siya gumagalaw, ang initial mo ay 0. Okay? Ibig sabihin, hindi pa siya gumagalaw, so therefore, ang initial velocity mo ay 0. Yun yung tandaan nyo. Pagka from rest, ang 0 mo is yung initial velocity. Ang kabaligtaran ng from rest is to stop or to break. Ibig sabihin, umaandar siya, tapos mag-i-stop siya. Syempre, ang 0 niya is yung final velocity. Yan ang kaibahan nila. Pag from rest ang isang bagay or ang isang sasakyan, bago siya umandar, syempre, ang initial niyan na velocity is 0. Pero pag umaandar na siya, tapos hihinto siya or it will come to a stop, okay, ang magiging 0 is yung final. Tapos, at the same time, tandaan nyo rin guys, kapag ka from rest, ang A nyo ay positive. Okay? Kasi papabilis siya. Kasi nakahinto siya. So, aandar pa lang siya. Therefore, ang acceleration nyo ay positive. Kapag ka to stop, ang acceleration nyo ay negative. Okay? Kasi deceleration na ang tawag doon. Hindi na siya acceleration. Kasi 'di ba pagka pahinto ang isang sasakyan, bumabagal siya. So instead of acceleration, deceleration. Kaya magiging negative yung value ng A. Okay? So balik tayo dito sa problem natin. So may binigay na 5 meter per second squared, automatic, that is acceleration. Yung VI, nakuha ko na 0 yan kasi from the keywords, from rest. So ibig sabihin, hindi pa siya umaandar. So ibig sabihin, ang initial velocity niya ay 0. Okay? So ang tinatanong dito, what is the velocity of the truck? Okay, so VF yun. Wala nang iba. So what is the velocity of the truck? Wala namang sinabing what is the average velocity. Kapag kasi average velocity ang hinahanap, talagang binabanggit yung word na average. So wala nang iba yan kung hindi final velocity. Okay? So what is the velocity of the truck after it has traveled 102 feet? So feet lang guys. Ibig sabihin, distance lang yan. Kasi length lang yung binigay. So 102 feet. Ayan, may problema tayo dito. Kasi yung meter na length dito sa acceleration, hindi kaparehas nung length na feet dito sa distance. So, ang gagawin natin is, hanapin natin yung katumbas o i-convert natin yung 102 feet sa meter. So, ito yung conversion niya. Ayan, siningit ko na rin dyan. So, para i-convert si 102 feet, okay, so lalagay ko si feet sa baba, lalagay ko si meter sa taas kasi yun yung gusto kong maging sagot para ma-cancel siya. Okay? So, I will put 1 meter here. Ayan, 1 meter. Ang ratio niya is 3.28 feet. So, canceled si feet. Ayan. Okay? Now, I will have 102 multiplied by 1, ayan, which is 102, divided by 3.28. So, i-divide yan kasi numerator to, denominator to. So, gamit na tayo ng calcu. Let's have 102 divided by 3.28. Okay? So, the answer would be 31.1 kasi 097. So, 31.1. Okay, ibig sabihin, 102 feet, meter na to guys. Ayan. So, 102 feet is equivalent to 31.1 meters. Ayan, parehas na silang meter. Okay? So, wala na tayong problema. So, hanapin na natin yung yung VF. So, ito yung formula na gagamitin natin. Tama? Kasi we have VF, yung hinahanap. We have VI. Ayun, hindi pala to pwede. Kasi, wala tayong time. Ayan, wala tayong time. So, hanap tayo ng iba. Ito, pwede rin. Ito ang pwede. So, VF, ayan, yan yung hinahanap. VI, ito yun, meron tayo. And then A, which is 5 meter per second squared, and D, which is 31.1. So, ito pala. Ito ang pwedeng gamitin. Pwede rin to guys, ito. Pwede ba? Ay, hindi rin. Kasi, may time din. So, wala man tayong given na time, so hindi rin siya pwedeng gamitin. So, ito lang, yung pang-apat. So, VF squared equals VI squared plus 2AD. So, VF, yan yung hinahanap natin. VI is 0 squared plus 2 times acceleration ay 5 times distance, ito na, yun na-convert. So, 31.1. Okay, so VF squared equals, so 0 squared, wala na yan guys, 0 na yan. Ayan. So, 2 times 5 times 31.1 is equal to 311. So, 311. So, may squared pa yan. So, to get rid of that, square root natin. So, VF is equal to the square root of 311, which is 17.64. So, 17.64, since velocity to, ang unit natin is meter per second. So, the final answer is 17.64 meter per second. Okay, let's have the fourth example. A car has an initial velocity of 18 meter per second and an acceleration of 9 meter per second squared. So, binanggit na kagad, initial velocity is 18 meter per second. And then, ang acceleration, obviously rin, kasi 9 meter per second squared. Binanggit yung word na acceleration. At the same time, when we look at the unit, it is in the form meter per second squared. Okay, at what time? So, ang hinahanap is time and distance. will the car has before it comes to a stop. Ayun yung sinasabi ko, guys. Yung keyword na comes to a stop, ang final niyan is 0. Given din yan. Kapag ka from rest, ang 0 nyo, VI. Kapag ka to a stop, hihinto pa lang siya. Ang final mo, ang 0 mo is yung final velocity. Okay? So, ang hinahanap dito ay time. So, siguro, pwede to. Ayan. Kasi meron tayong VF. Ayan, given yun. VI. And then A. And then yung hinahanap na time. So, pwede na nating hanapin si time. So, we will use VF equals VI plus 80. So, VF is 0 is equal to VI na, ano ba to? 18. Ayun, guys. Munti kong malimutan. Sorry. Yung A, gagawin yung negative. Ako yung nakalimot. Okay, gagawin nyo siyang negative kasi nga to a stop. Ayan, ninote ko siya dito. Ayan. So, pagka from rest, okay, ang VI nyo is 0 and then ang acceleration nyo ay positive kasi pabilis siya. Kapag ka to stop or umaandar siya and then magi-stop pa lang siya or magbe-brake pa lang siya, ibig sabihin, ang final velocity nun is 0 and then deceleration siya. So, pabagal. Diba kapag kahihinto ang sasakyan, bumabagal instead of bumibilis siya. So, lagyan natin ng negative 9 yan. Okay? So, plus negative 9 times yung hinahanap na time. Okay? So, transpose C, 18. So, magiging negative 18 equals, so negative 9 times T is negative 90. Divide both sides by negative 9, negative 9. So, time is negative 18 divided by negative 9 is 2, positive 2. So, negative divided by negative is positive. So, 2, since time to, 2 seconds. Okay, so merong 2 seconds yung sasakyan bago siya huminto. Hindi naman kasi bigla-biglang huminto ang isang sasakyan, guys, 'di ba? Bumabagal muna siya. Okay? And then the next one is distance. So, pwede natin gamitin to, tama? Kasi we have VF, we have VI, we have A, negative 9, and then yung D na hinahanap. At the same time, pwede rin to, 'di ba? Kasi meron tayong D, yung hinahanap. Meron tayong VI, may time, kasi na-compute na natin yung time. Ito na siya. Okay, so pwede rin to. Pwede rin yan. Sige, try muna natin to. So, VF squared equals VI squared plus 2AD. So, VF is 0 squared equals VI is 18 squared plus 2 times A, negative 9, times D, yung hinahanap. Okay, so 0 squared is 0. Okay, 18 squared is, hindi tayo magaling sa arithmetic. 18 squared is 324. Okay, 2 times negative 9 times D is negative 18D. Okay, so 324 balibag, magiging negative 324 equals negative 18D. So, divide both sides by negative 18. So, the distance is, so negative 324 divided by negative 18 is positive 18. So, the answer is 18. Since distance to, meter ang gagamitin. So, distance is equal to 18 meter. Okay? Kung ito, guys, gusto nyong gamitin, pwede rin. Tingnan nyo, ha? Parehas lang makukuha nyo. So, D equals, palitan ko yung VI ng 18. Yun yung given. Yung time, ito, nakuha natin 2. Okay? Plus 1/2 times A na negative 9. Given din yan. And then yung time na na-compute natin na 2 squared. Okay? So, pwede rin yan, guys. Kung gusto nyo, salitan sila. Okay? So, 18 times 2. Okay? Plus 1/2 is 0.5 times negative 9 times 2 squared. Ayan, parehas lang, guys. 18 lang din. Okay? So, pili lang kayo dyan. Pwede kasi sila parehas. So, same answer ang lalabas dyan sa dalawa. Okay? Let's have the last example for this part. Okay, a car accelerates from rest. O, dun pa lang meron na kayong from rest. So, pag sinabing from rest, ibig sabihin yan, guys, ang VI ko ay 0. Kasi hindi pa siya umaandar, so ang initial niyan ay 0. Okay? To reach a speed of 90 kilometers per hour. So, ang VF natin is, guys, huwag kayo malito dito, sa 90 kilometers per hour. Ang ibig sabihin niyan ay, ayan, 90 kilometers per hour. Okay? In 30 seconds. Okay? What is the acceleration? So, ang hinahanap, acceleration in meter per second squared. So, ang gusto niyang sagot is meter per second squared. Okay, so check natin. Kilometer to. Hindi pwede kasi ang gusto niyang sagot, meter per second. R to, hindi rin pwede kasi second yan. Ito pwede na, second. So, pwede na yan. Seconds na siya. So, itong 90 kilometers per hour na to, ayan, ita-transform natin sa meter per second. Okay? So, para gawin yan, unahin ko tong kilometer. So, kilometer dito, gusto ko siyang maging meter. So, ito yung kilometer to meter. That is 1 kilometer and then 1,000 meter. Okay? And then, so makakancel si kilometer. Si R, itong R na to, gusto ko siyang maging second. So, para makancel siya, syempre, kailangan sa taas ko siya lalagay. 'Di ba? Para makancel siyang ganyan. Hindi naman siya makakancel kung dito siya. Magiging R squared yan. So, para makancel si R, dito ko siya. Hindi dito ko si second. Kasi yun yung gusto ko maging sagot. Okay? So, we have 1 R. Ito yung conversion. Is equivalent to 3,600 seconds. Ayan, cancel si R. So, ang mga matitira is meter per second. Ayan. So, naka-meter per second na yan. So, I have 90. Ayan, 90 times 1,000. Okay? Times 1. Ayan, may 1 pa rin sa taas. Kasama nyo na. Kahit hindi naman. 90,000 divided by, since nasa baba, si 3,600. So, the answer is 25. So, 25 meter per second. Meaning, this one is equivalent to 25 meter per second. Okay? Guys, baka may magtanong sa inyo, ma'am, bakit hindi po ito S na speed? Kasi guys, pagka speed ang tinutukoy, average speed, binabanggit yung word na average. So, tandaan nyo yun. Kapag katong usapang average, average speed, average velocity, yung word na average, palagi siyang binabanggit. Okay? So, yung speed na tinutukoy dyan is the final velocity. Kasi meron na tayong initial velocity, which is 0. Okay? So, let us identify the acceleration. So, pwede to, tama? Okay, we have VF, given yan. VI, given din. Okay, A, which is what we are looking for, and then the time given. So, VF equals VI plus AT. So, VF is, ito na, yung na-convert. Kasi ito naka-kilometer per hour. Ang kailangan natin, meter per second. So, 25 equals, VI is 0, plus yung A na hinahanap, times 30 na time. So, 25 equals, wala na yan, A times 30 is 30A. Divide both sides by 30. Ayan. So, i-calculate natin yan. Hindi tayo magaling mag-divide. So, 25 divided by 30. So, the answer is 0.83. So, the acceleration is 0.83. So, meter per second squared. So, the final answer is this one. Okay? So, yung example 6 to 10, sa part 2 ko na siya i-discuss.